Keeping up with our motto, let learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure, here we are with the remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning to all students. Hello students, here is your teacher Anuradha Sharma from Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Today we are going to study first chapter of civics, that is our life in society. These are the subtopics which we will cover in this chapter. Why did man feel the need for society? The social nature of man, our development, and what is society. So let's begin with 1.1. Why did man feel the need for society? First, you understand that here the man means human beings. You have already studied in your previous standard about the evolution of man. It tells us how it took thousands of years to man to move from nomadic stage to a settled life. But why he felt the need for society or settled life? A stable and secure community life is necessary for the development of every individual and the society as well. In the nomadic stage, man did not have this stability and security because he used to travel from place to place for food. When men realized that living in a group provides security, they came together to develop an organized way of life. Now, human beings felt that for living in a society and for the smooth functioning of day to day matters, there should be some rules. Men felt the need for rules to help with smooth functioning of day to day matters. This thought gave rise to conventions, traditions, ethics, and values, rules, and laws. Convention means a proper way of doing things, and ethics means moral values and principles. Let's move further to topic 1.2, the social nature of man. Man is social by nature and he has many needs. It means that we all love to live in society with other human beings and we have many needs to fulfill. Food, shelter, clothing are our physical needs, and once these needs are satisfied, we get a sense of stability. But this is not enough because we also have some emotional and psychological needs. It means needs related to our feelings and mind. Let's understand this with an example. When you stand first in the class or win any sports or make achievement in any fields of your interest, how do you feel? Obviously happy. And you wish to share that happiness with others. Similarly, when you are sad, you wish to have someone with you. For this, we have family, relatives, friends, and we feel secure with them. So we can say that feeling secure is an emotional need. Except physical and emotional needs, we have some other basic needs related to health and education. For example, we need books for studying and paper for books. That is why occupations like manufacturing paper, printing, bookbinding develop. All these needs can be fulfilled in the society only with the help of people of different occupations and skills. In this picture, you can see the people of different occupations. They help us in fulfilling our daily needs. Here we can take the example of lockdown period. All of us are locked in our homes, but still there are many people who are working day and night to provide us essential things. Thus, we can say that we depend on each other for our needs. Let's move to topic 1.3, our development. Every person is born free with some qualities and capabilities, but they are dormant, inactive. They develop in society. So, here we can take the example of language learning. We can use language to communicate with one another, but we don't start speaking at birth. We learn language gradually from the people around us. So, we can say that our first language is the one that is spoken at home. On the other hand, schools also provide opportunities to learn different languages. For example, French, Sanskrit, Hindi, and English. We also have capacity to think independently. Now, what does it mean? It means that we all think differently. Let's try to understand this by an example. In the class, when teacher gives a topic to write an essay, you must have noticed that no two essays are same. Why? It is because the thought process of each person is different. In this way, society helps in the development of our emotional capabilities and the power to think, and also provides us the opportunity for expressing our thoughts and feelings. The development of our artistic and talents also takes place in society. How? Let's see. All of you have some hobbies and interests, like some of you want to be singers, scientists, musicians, and some of you like adventurous sports like trekking, mountaineering. You also know about social workers who like to help others. All these qualities develop because of the backing and encouragement of society. This encouragement is very important for our progress. As you see, if you do something good, you get appreciation for that. You feel encouraged and try to do better next time. Now we will see what is meant by society. Society is not simply a mob or crowd of people. A society is formed when people come together to achieve certain common objectives. Society includes all people, men, women, grown ups, old people, young children. Our families are a part of the society. It also includes different groups, institutions, and organizations. So, if you look around, there are people, there are different institutions like schools, colleges, training centers, different organizations like NGOs, healthcare departments, hospitals, offices, and so on. All the people are interrelated and interdependent on each other. So, in order to fulfill needs like food, clothing, shelter, and security, the society has to create a permanent system. A permanent system is essential for the continuous existence of the society. Without such a system, the day to day affairs of the society cannot be continued. For example, agriculture. You know that India is an agricultural nation, and agriculture is essential to fulfill the needs of food. So, different institutions must be created to perform all the functions related to agriculture, such as factories should be there to manufacture tools and equipments used for farming. There should be banks to provide loans to the farmers, and there should be a proper market to sell things produced in agriculture. So, all these systems make a society stable. So, student, we have completed this chapter. I hope you understand each and everything. Thank you.